All right, thank you for that. As our Hyunbin reported, following North Korea's announcement of having tested a hydrogen bomb early this week, South Korea restarted broadcasting propaganda messages over loudspeakers at the inter-Korean border at noon on Friday. The measure is resumed in less than half a year after it was last suspended following the August 25th agreement last year. With public opinion in favor and some against this measure, we take a deep look at the reason of reactivating the broadcast as well as their possible implications. That's our news feature tonight with Lee Ji-won.
Starting Friday noon, South Korea's loudspeaker propaganda broadcast resumed in 11 locations along the border. This comes in response to North Korea's alleged hydrogen bomb test on Wednesday, and the countermeasure has triggered diverse opinions from the public.
I agree with the government's decision. We must firmly respond to any possible preemptive strike from North Korea. I actually think the response was a bit late. We should have done it right away.
I agree with the loudspeaker propaganda broadcasts. North Korea broke the agreement first, so it is only right for us to retaliate.
I don't think it's a good idea. I think this will only provoke North Korea to threaten the safety of South Koreans. Also, instead of working together with the US and Japan, I think we should wait and see how the situation develops.
The loudspeaker propaganda broadcast first started in 1962 as a response to the North's use of loudspeakers to propagandize its regime. The two sides continued blasting their speakers for the next 10 years until the joint communique of July 4 was signed in 1972. But in less than a decade, the broadcast resumed again when the North restarted its broadcast in 1980. The two Koreas reached then an agreement in 2004, halting all broadcasting from both sides. But in August of 2015, Seoul resumed loudspeaker broadcasts for the first time in 11 years as a retaliation to North Korea's DMZ landmine blast. Yet again, the broadcast stopped after 15 days with the inter-Korean agreement of August 25th. Pyongyang's alleged H-bomb test early this week was deemed an unusual event, prompting Seoul to resume its loudspeaker broadcast.
North Korea's nuclear test clearly violates UN Security Council resolutions and the August 25th Inter-Korean Agreement. Thus, the South Korean government decided to resume loudspeaker propaganda broadcast starting at noon Friday, January 8th.
But there are other understandings of the unusual events.
In my opinion, if we classify nuclear tests and firing of missiles as unusual events, there will never be peace on the Korean peninsula, and we can never have inter-Korean talks.
North Korea has always been extremely sensitive to South Korea's loudspeaker propaganda broadcast. South Korea's loudspeakers can be heard 24 kilometers away at night and 10 kilometers away during the day. This means that not only the frontline soldiers can hear them, but also local residents living near the demilitarized zone. The broadcasts include, among others, internal news on North Korea that are not easily accessible in the North, news around the world, and content depicting the economic advantages that South Korea has over North Korea. Speakers also broadcast weather updates and even K-pop music.
When North Koreans hear the truth about South Korea and how the South is nothing like they have been trained to believe in, they will be very confused, probably causing great commotion in the state.
The media played a crucial role in Germany's reunification. East Germany was completely isolated from the rest of the world after Germany's division, but the broadcast from the West caused East Germans to seek freedom. As powerful as loudspeaker propaganda broadcasts can be, they are also dangerous. The broadcast may also provoke North Korea to engage in military actions, as it did last year in August when the regime fired projectiles towards the speakers.
It is true that our loudspeaker propaganda broadcasts can provoke the North, but with the US forces in alliance with the South, the North cannot easily attack us.
With the tensions in the Korean peninsula heightening, the South has put its military readiness to its highest level, attentive of any further provocations. 이지원, 아리랑 뉴스.